It's almost that time of the year for international students in the UK. If you're already an offer holder or yet to get one, want to know more about your chosen location, this video will give you a head start if you're considering to stay in hall or school in hall. This video is inspired by some of the questions I've been getting from a lot of you, like, can you help me rent a house? But the thing is, I can't help you, but I can show you how. I'll be giving you details and links on how to get that done yourself. Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Esther Ogala. If you're new here and you're seeing this pretty face for the very first time, welcome. I am a YouTuber based in Hull, England. Ensure you subscribe to be part of this beautiful family where I share UK updates, ways to survive, and opportunities. Also turn on your notification bell so that you do not miss any of my videos. With that being said, let's move straight into today's video titled Cost of Living in Hall, Accommodation, Transportation, Jobs, and Bills. Research has to be one of the things that you do first before you even start applying for a school or after you've gotten your offer. Find out about everything: the weather, the people, the environment, the living expenses, culture, housing, transportation. Find out about everything. Do not give room for shockers because you'll be shocked, and shocked will be you. Google is your friend. Use it as much as possible, and also come to channels like this to get information on YouTube. Even though I have previously gotten requests about this video, however, I felt like I needed to get enough experience to come on here and share, because you know that your girl is not all about giving informations that are falsified or that are not true. So after gaining experience in the city of Hull, living, schooling, and working, I can now come on here and tell you what it is. First on my list will be the most asked about: accommodation. There are 4 types of accommodation you're likely to get in Hull. First will be the shared room. Second will be the private room. Third will be studio apartments. And the most popular one for students with dependents will be flats. Shared apartments will mean that you and some other occupants share the same common area like living room, toilet, and kitchen, like this one. Studio apartment is a self-contained room that has kitchen, parlor, bathroom all together in one room. The bedroom is usually outside, like this. Private room can also be called ensuite, meaning that you share everything. You share the garage, you share the living room, but you do not share toilet. And the toilets are usually in the same room, which usually is your room, like this one. Flats are mostly a full 1 room or 2 bedroom. Now I recommend that if you are a student who has a dependent, you take this one. The flat best suits students with family, if you ask me though. Let's get to the pricing. So the pricing for shared apartments ranges from £85 per week to £200 per week. So you know the number of weeks you have in a month, which is usually 4. You have to times 85 times 4 or 200 times 4. Depends on the taste of that apartment. Down to requirements for getting an accommodation. So if you are a student without dependents, it's actually quite easy because all you need is your pay slip, something to prove to the landlord that you are able to pay your rent, and there's not going to be a problem when it's time to pay. And your student ID, obviously, your means of identification, which can be your BRP or your passport. But for dependents, it's actually quite harder because you need all these things, and you also need a guarantor in the UK. I guess the reason behind this is usually because flats are less controlled by the landlord. So nothing concerns the landlord with your bills. You pay electricity and utility bills yourself. And of course, it's a bigger space. Now, did you know that you can actually book accommodation from the comfort of your home in your home country with Amber Student? I'm going to be leaving the link in the description box and also somewhere in this video. So do well to check it out and save yourself the stress, because you don't want to come in and start stressing yourself. You will spend more. So be wise and book now. Next thing I'll be talking about will be transportation. This is an important factor that you have to look into. The options for transportation here in Hull includes bus, taxis, bicycle, car, and your legs. Parking or legged Benz in the UK is a normal thing. When you're trying to get a house, right? Try to get houses around HU3 to HU6. These places are very, very close to the University of Hull, because proximity is actually something you want to think about. Take for instance, there is bus strike, which is something that usually happens here in the UK a lot. Most times, people are always striking, from doctors to drivers, name it, they just want to strike. And they will strike. So what happens when they strike? There are two transportation companies that operate in Hull, which is Stagecoach and East Yorkshire. Bus fare after the distance is £2. £2 for a single ride and £4 for a day ride. It usually used to be £4, but now it is £4.50. It is advisable most times to buy day rides, because if you have 5 places to go in one day, you're still going to use that day ride ticket, which will take you to all these places. You've paid £4.50 and that's it. But if you do single ride, which is £2, say for instance, the first place you're going to, you pay £2, going to the next place or coming back, you pay £2 again, you go to the third place, £2 again, so you are spending £10 in total. If you just have one place to go and come back, then that's fine. £2 times 2 is £4, which is 50 pence lesser than the day ride. You can obviously do that. Bicycle costs £60 to £800. Depends on the condition, the make, and the seller. You can also hire one at the university with a deposit of £60, and then the bicycle is yours throughout your academic session. However, you have to return it at the end of your academic session. If it gets missing, if you spoil it, or yes, your case, you have to return it to get your money back. Advice for you is to plan your day, know where you're going, know what you're doing, so you know what tickets to buy. So for instance, I usually have a to-do in my schedule book, and everything I have to do for the day, where I have to go to, I always ensure that I put them down in my schedule book, and it guides me to know what I'm doing, where I'm going to, and what time that I finish it. That way I'm able to track, if I'm buying a week ticket or a day ride. So a week ticket is around £15. It just helps you to plan your movement and help you save some quid. And for taxis, the fare ranges from £6 upwards. Fare will be calculated at the end of your trip. Normal. You guys know how Bolt works or Uber works. However, there's just a different company here in all. Next on my list is car. So I will not advise that you get car immediately upon arriving in the UK without going to driving school in the UK, because it's a different hand entirely. You need to immerse yourself in the system first. Go to a driving school, get used to the road laws, the road rules, just to save yourself from BC. You sit at your home country driver license and you just say, I have it. I'm just going to come here and continue that way and just probably do a driving test and pass and start driving. I do not think for the third time it is a wise thing to do. For me, safety is paramount, and life is too sweet to just, what I mean, Now to the last one, which I know some of you are already saying, Esther, when will you get to this point? When would you talk about this thing? Food. Rest your mind. You can actually get African food in Hull. There are shops, stores that you can buy African food from, be it cooked foods or uncooked food. But the only difference is they are not as many as you will get in London, especially Peckham, where you have someone frying akara close to your house. Prices of African foods are actually quite expensive. To be fair, it is not that bad. But when compared to English food, the margin is a lot. You can get poundo yam, stockfish, crayfish, ugu leaves. You know, there are stores that they bring these leaves every Wednesday and you can see them fresh, like banana leaves, moi moi leaves, ugu, spinach, green, shoko, aleo, whatever. You know, you definitely get these things fresh. But now your money, go talk. We're going to talk about jobs here. Jobs in hall, precisely. To be fair, you're likely to get care jobs in hall more than you will get any other jobs. Why? Because these are the things that are in high demand. You have more care homes, more nursing homes than warehouses, restaurants, and the rest of them. You know, it is not that they are not, but the care homes or nursing homes takes higher margin. You can either work with agents or you go and work with the care homes directly. If you have experience as a carer in your home country, or you're a nurse or lab scientist or whatever you are, or you don't even have at all, you know, care job is one that you can learn on the job. Dependents are actually likely to get more jobs than the students themselves because of the 20 hours per week restriction. Now, as a dependent, you can work up to 56 hours. It depends on how your body can carry it. You can work 4 to 5 times or even 7 times a week. You are able to work full-time, unlike the student who can only work part-time. And the thing is, most employers want full-time. Most of them actually spell it out and say that they want full-time. When you just say part-time or student, they just throw you to one corner like this and put you aside and give the application of those that are available full-time more attention. Lastly, we'll talk about bills. As a student, you're better off staying in an all-inclusive apartment. Now, when I say student, I mean students without dependents. As I have earlier stated in the beginning of this video, that flats are the best option for students with families. Say you have your husband or your wife and your children with you, your best option is a flat. But if you are a student without dependents, you're better off with apartments that are all bill inclusive, which is mostly shared apartment or studio apartment. Because I mean, you have 1 year to enjoy free things: free Wi-Fi, free security, free utility bills, free electricity, nothing being paid. Why should you now waste it? All inclusive means that every of these things are paid, from security bills, electricity bills, utility bills, waste bills, council tax. You don't have to pay that. All these things are included in your rent and they are only for your landlord to think about and stress about. You are not supposed to be stressed about any of these bills. Those that rent flats, they have to think about their bills. You know, flats doesn't come with all bills inclusive. You have to pay for your utility bill, electricity bill, and the rest of them. And that's where I wrap up the video for today. What to expect as an international student considering to live or study in hall. I hope this video was insightful and you've been able to learn 1 or 2 things. Let me know in the comment section if this video really helped you. Share this video to those that you think would need this one. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. You know, YouTube already tells me that the people with the highest number of engaging and taking in my content are not subscribed. So please help me subscribe to this channel and let YouTube do their thing. Turn on your notification bell also if you haven't, so that you do not miss any of my videos. Till I see you in my next one, keep on being amazing, keep on being fantastic, keep on doing you, and keep on loving you. Love and light always, guys. Bye.